Hey YouTube, happy Friday. Thank God it's Friday. I guess Friday looks like pretty much every other day now. Mouth moving slow again. Wonder if I gotta get a tune up on this computer or something. Anyway, somebody said you gotta be closer to your tower. So my Wi-Fi is in my bedroom. That could be, maybe I could just switch computers, really. I'll think about it. Anyway, so strolling through the streets. Lord knows I've tried to back up off Wilson and let the child live, but I couldn't help it. Sometimes it's just irresistible. Okay, so Wilson is on there today. He is giving what did he say? Wait a minute. He's talking about how on his last video, the one about all the preachers, what crooks they are, right? How they always begging for money and always scamming, right? So apparently, I went to the little video. Apparently, a lot of his supporters feel that he is being a hypocrite. We kind of been saying that all along. Anyway, so he gonna make his whole video say he's ready for it today. So his thing is just to knock down whatever you believe and make you believe what he believes, right? He's basically very similar to Donald Trump's kind of way. He's just going to make you believe what is not real is real, kind of thing. So he says he's not a beggar. He's not a beggar and he's not a scammer. He takes particular offense at the word scammer because he is oftentimes, since he's been on here, is being accused of being a scammer, right? So he don't like that word. And I think probably the more accurate word would be he is a beggar. J.Wilson begs. So he feels like if I tell you that I'm robbing you, that makes it okay because I'm being honest. I'm robbing you. What did this boy say? He said he's the first one on YouTube to make money. J.Wilson, you ain't did nothing but follow behind a ton of other people. I don't know. You think you invented the Cash App, or you stumbled into the Cash App palooza? Cash App has told you time and time and time again. I mean, I never have any problem with my Cash App. I don't know why you always got problems with it. They tell you they don't want you to do what you're doing. It's not the intention of their program. Now you can try to convince us, but these people, this is their business. This is their livelihood. They've laid out the plan of what their program is, the transfer of money. It's got you're not in charge, honey. So if you feel like you're the first one that got money from YouTube, that's so. I mean, why would you say something so silly as that? And this is an earmark of a scammer too. Instead of studying these other scammers, and there's churches packed full of them. I know that, but I don't think J.Wilson is the person to speak on it because he basically does the same thing. If the idea is his, then he'll use it to his advantage. But what he should be doing is, instead of criticizing all of these other scammers about what they do, you need to focus in on their methods. Because you can only go on there and tell people that you're in need of Cash Apps for so long. Eventually, they're going to say, I've fallen for this 5 times now. I'm not sending no more money over there. So far, from what I can see, the only one who's gained any money from this Cash App parties, which Cash App has told them time and time and time and time again, you could not be doing that. It is a scam. It is a recognized scam. You are scamming these people. He won't accept it. People eventually going to stop, say, I'm not doing that anymore. It's silly. I'm just sending J.Wilson money. So was it yesterday? He sat up there and he talked for a half hour about the hardship he's going through, right? About how he got to cash in 401ks and how he has to. What did the man say? He was laid off. Laid off from what, J.Wilson? What company laid you off, honey? Aren't you working for yourself at this little class you teach? I mean, we all know what teachers make. We not face-to-face teachers make. People who get in their car and go to a school and teach a class of 50 or 60 people. We know what they don't hardly make anything. So why would you be making anything doing an hour and a half class on YouTube or online somewhere? You didn't get laid off, child. You're pumping the people up about how broke you are, how pitiful you are, how your mortgage is due, and all that kind of stuff. And most people with even low intelligence will understand that if you can defer your mortgage for 3 months, ain't no way in hell JWilson gonna pass it up. So actually, you're paying less money than you were paying last month. If your mortgage is paid, isn't that the main thing? I mean, yeah, people got other bills. People got light bills and whatever bills, what kind of thing like that. But he's making it sound like he's in such hardship because he got laid off. JWilson, didn't you just get fired from the job very recently? And weren't you then unemployed? And then you come online and tell us all about how you ain't going to tell nobody where you work. Oh, you will never know where I work. Oh, because of the doxing. You don't want anybody to know the truth about what's going on with you. I hate doxing myself, but that's what it is. It's finding out the truth about you. It ain't finding out lies about you. That's not doxing. You don't want nobody to know your tea, right? So you stumbled into this online thing, and it's only, what's it been, a couple of months? Where you laid off from? You stopped your class or whatever. One class, was it 2 classes? You didn't say anything about it, but we can't know anything about what you go through, except we have to know that you're in hardship now and you need cash apps. Because for the first hour, you talked about how horrible what misery you're going through. And we've only been in this thing 2 weeks. Then you switch off into the cash app talk. Then everything's about cash apps now, right? Now that's just creative begging, J.Wilson. You're setting the people up to tell them that you're broke. And then the second part of the thing, you're telling them, oh, we got to help each other. Oh, for mankind, all this kind of bullshit. And then basically you want them to send you money. It's not all that complicated. You want them. That's why you gave them the whole spiel about how much you need money. You don't care nothing about these people sending money to each other. That ain't the bottom line. The bottom line is you just told them that you are in need. You are struggling. You got laid off and you lost a job and all this kind of stuff. Well, basically, J.Wilson, you ain't got no job. You have a little side thing you was doing. I don't see why you can't still do it. I mean, it was online, right? So you can still do online. I don't know why that would be a layoff. Anyway, and there's certainly other opportunities, things to do to make money besides this. But you feel like you were the first person to make money from Cash App. Maybe he feels like he's the first person to make money from Cash App parties. Child, people have been scamming from millennia, J.Wilson. You want to come in here and tell us all about how you are not a scammer. You want to come on here and overtalk everybody. You have the controls of who's talking, who's not talking. So whatever they say about your scammy ways, you always debunk it, right? It's like you're playing tennis, you're just fighting off the balls, whatever. Any reality you try to get through, you won't hear it. So basically, you don't hear anything they're saying. Your job is to debunk whatever they say, and then ask for money. I don't know that you feel like that's so clever. We all saw the way you were before you did this live thing, this Cash App thing. I think it started when I started paying attention was with Wally. When Wally asked for money for a car or something. And you got so hot about that. How many videos you make about that? 5, 6 videos about how Wally's scamming because he asked for money for a car. And what did he do? He went and bought a car to get to work. You call that scamming. Next thing we know, you done come up with this masterpiece of a pamphlet. And it costs you several $100s into the thousands of dollars. And that you expect the people, the readers, to pay for it. And then you want them to buy the book. But you're not scamming. You want the readers to pay for the publishing of the book. And I really feel uncomfortable saying book, the pamphlet. The pamphlet. You want them to pay for the publishing of it. And you also want them to pay for the editing of it. And then you want them to buy the book. And then you want them to pay a price that is at least, 10 times the going rate on Amazon for that type of a book. If you go, all you have to do is go and see what other books are selling for in that range and the page count. And it was very plain to see what they sell for. $3.99, $4. That's about it. I mean, and these are from accomplished authors who've written many books, who are experts. You come on at $20. Now, how's that not scamming? They're paying for the editing. they're paying for the publishing. They're buying the book, and then they're buying the book at a price that is 10 times what it should be. Oh, yes, and then you want them to go and write a review on the book as well. So it depends on how you define scamming, but you certainly fit into the class of begging, because of all the people on here. I mean, we all have cash apps, right? Everybody. I got a birthday today, hint, in 3 days, right? I'm not gonna have birthday party. You give me money. Everybody has these things. Everybody has cash app. Why do we have to hear about cash app so much? I mean, well, hold on a minute. Why do you feel like these people need to give you their money, J.Wilson? You have never explained that. Now you have a whole, let's say this is your congregation. First of all, you deny saying that you're a pastor because you know that could get you in trouble. But you name your cash app, Brother J Ministries. Why is it ministries? You said you're not a pastor. So where's your church? Okay, so you're a pastor when it's convenient for you. So Brother J Ministries is the Cash App, right? You have Cash App Paloozas and all this kind of thing. Anyway, so my point was, let me try to stay on track here. My point was, no one actually goes out hustling Cash App. It's just something you put it up there, and the moderators, I have fantastic moderators who take it upon themselves to post those things. So the person who is talking shouldn't have to be talking about giving them money. That's the tacky part. That's the greedy part. And that is the begging. There's no need to beg. Everybody knows people have cash apps. Don't you have any concern about all these people who have actually had real jobs that they go to for 40 hours a week being laid off from their job? This is your audience, right? I don't see you showing any concern for that. Oh, you ain't got to give. I told them they ain't got to give. They don't want to. Oh, don't give. Girl, who told you that you are somehow, you have to give people instructions about what they can and cannot do with their money? You never make anybody give you shit. If they don't want to give it to you, they don't give it to you. You don't control that. I told them not to give if they behind in their bills. So if they're not behind in their bills, they're supposed to give their money to you. You stumbled into these gullible people. I guess some people are, some people have it. Some people have a few dollars. They don't mind throwing you a little tip every once in a while, and that's fine. It's kind of something that we all like to inspire. You might say that, but I don't think there's any reason to go out there begging for money hour after hour after hour after hour after hour. And they're constantly trying to figure out different ways to start these cash app party or cash app paloozas, as you call them. When the company is telling you, no, you can't do. Don't you realize that when people try to give you money and they find out that, no, this person's under investigation, or for some reason you can't give any money to that Brother Dre Ministries, they're telling them that this is a scam. Because when you repeatedly having your account taken down, blocked, people getting their money sent back to them, that's telling them right there, J.Wilson, that it's a scam. This person is not being honest with you. He's making you believe that you're going to somehow, you're struggling, so you give money to these people, and then they're going to give you a couple of dollars of it. I don't know how this bullshit is supposed to work. But it's been proven that most of the money comes to you. You even said out of your own mouth, you were going to start a cash app for schools. I guess schools in general, all over the world. I don't know. But you're going to raise $3,000 and give him $1,500. Why couldn't you just give the whole thing to the people? You're not in any charity. See, that's where this Bro J Ministry stuff comes in. You're not any charity, child. There's no reason people got to give you money. You're not a charity. You don't have an overhead. You don't have a building. You don't have employees. Most of them have a couple of employees or whatever. They have reasons to justify asking for all this money. But you don't have any of that stuff. You just want the people just straight to you. So I would say that you don't consider all that a scam. You don't think cash app parties is a scam. I would like for them to do an audit on exactly how much money each person has got from the cash app party. when they confront you with that. Oh, the house always wins. Oh, I'm supposed to get all. I mean, I don't even know where you find these people, frankly. But you're definitely a beggar. If you are running the channel like everybody else, you know there are people here I've never even heard them say anything about money. I've been watching people for 2 or 3 years. I ain't heard them say nothing about money. Yeah, I've seen the people give to them. They give to their channels because they want to. But I've never seen the primary on there begging them for money. They can look at your chat and see, oh, here's the cash up if they want to give it. But you somehow feel entitled to it. Come here, baby. You be quiet. Come here. You want to sit up here with your dad? Get your bum up here. With your dad D. Say hello. Hi, people. Hello, how you doing? You stay right here. Then you ain't got to bark. What was I talking about? Oh, Mr. Wilson. What else you say? Yeah, this obsession with putting down other beggars. Now, we all know the church is full of vipers. People are just in it for money. Money, 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 money. Money, the root of all evil. They get in there and then they see they have access to these people's money. So basically what happens, no matter how they got involved in ministry, eventually they recognize that they feel they have a right to beg for your money, basically, because you use the name of God. So they've always been asking you to give money to God, right? So it's never been explained to me how you give the money to God and then you go and buy a Rolls Royce with it. I mean, I never have understood that. Copeland with his 5 jets. All that money went to jets? How much did God get? What do you mean? You put the money in like a time capsule and send it up to God in heaven? People, there's all kind of people in the church trying to get money. Maybe they start off with the best of intentions, but money's addictive. So the message is not off that much because they are crooks in there. They are scam, crook, beggar, whatever you want to use. But you're not the right person for the message. You're the wrong messenger, J.Wilson. I did look at your comments, and these are the people who support you and apparently care for you. They're all telling you, J.Wilson, you do the exact same thing. It's the hypocrisy. It's hypocrisy. You're a hypocrite. What you should be doing is studying your other scam artists. Study them. Learn all their scams. How do you convince people that there's some kind of power in the bottle of oil? You buy the big old bottle of oil for $1.99, and then each little bottle is worth $50 each. You wave the handkerchief in the air. Woo! Holiness, holiness. Pop, pop. Who that one used to go pop? Was it Peter Popoff? Pop. Baby. Some dude slapping you in your forehead. That is worth a lot of money. Why do you need money for? You're working for God, right? Anyway, so we all know there's crooks in ministry. But we don't see any difference between you and them, J.Wilson. Unfortunately, you're not good enough at what you want to do, the vocation you've chosen. You say you went and got a master's degree in some kind of ministry, but you simply weren't good enough. And so you come on YouTube and you feel like you found your calling. The first time you got, well, how much was it? Did you get $1,000 one night from the Cash App thing? That was your calling. I got called by God. You're not the right messenger, J.Wilson. I believe that your love of money has been your hindrance because you go into ministry with the focus of getting money, but you're not good at it. These other guys, I don't know with Jamal. I mean, from what I've been hearing on the news 24/7 for the last 2 months, is that this country, they all want tests. Where are the tests? And these are wealthy people. I mean, powerful people. They want tests. We need more tests. How in the hell is Jamal Bryant got all these tests all of a sudden? And you say he's a scammer because he's charging $25 for the whole world's looking for these tests. If he actually has the tests and he's charging $25 and $150, I'd imagine you would have a run on the church if this is a real test for coronavirus. So I don't understand that. I haven't went into that story or whatever. But it bothers you. It bothers you to see other scammers get over. Anytime anybody try to raise you, time anybody had a GoFundMe, it's always bothered you. You're always so anxious to call them dishonest. They're scammers. Instead of studying them, your what do you call it? Compadres, or your people in the same game. Game, recognize game. You are not the right messenger for this message, J.Wilson. You can stop telling people how much they ain't got to tithe, they ain't got to do this, how the church is a scam, and all this kind of stuff. The message is right, but you're not the right messenger. Not when you go right from that to your various scams, ripping people off. Come on now. So you don't like the word scammer. Oh, I tell the truth. I tell the truth. So if somebody comes there and put a gun to my head and tells me I'm going to take your wallet and go and spend it on drugs. Now, because he told me that he's going to rob me and spend my money on drugs, does that make it right that he's robbing me? That's the difference. Oh, I told you I was going to rob you. What? That doesn't make any sense. Stop talking about money so much, J.Wilson. Just do your job. YouTube, this is your job. Don't try to trick these people and I got laid off. Oh, I got all this stuff. Girl, you make your money on YouTube. That's what you do. Nothing's changed. YouTube is still here. Our internet's still here. This is what you do. Don't lie to people. Stop talking about money so damn much, child. Tell your moderators. Say, moderators, put up my cash every whatever, however many times they choose to do it. I never even asked the people to do that. They just did it. I said, well, that's fantastic. Someone else can take that. So you just do your job. You keep saying it's all entertainment. How's it entertainment to sit here watching you beg for money and justify you begging for money for hours on end? That ain't entertaining. What's the entertainment in it? What's the justification for constantly begging? And it's begging. You're offended by the word scam? You shouldn't be, because you're certainly capable of whatever is available. I mean, you're going to take advantage of every opportunity to get money out of people, right? So you talking about it all the time doesn't make it any less immoral, right? So my advice to you would be, stop talking about money. You don't have to beg. You don't have to beg. It's just like the difference between, baby, please stop it. I know. Calm down. It's like the difference between T.D. Jakes and Paula White. They both are extremely wealthy people, right? Babies, please stop. Will you stop? They get sitting on the elevator. You ding, ding, ding. Okay, I'll give you the example. The difference between Paula White and T.D. Jakes. They're both wealthy people. They both make a lot of money from ministry, right? T.D. Jakes, maybe they beg before this. They have the wheelbarrows collecting money and all that kind of stuff. Maybe they do that before and after his show. But as he's preaching, all he does is preach. That's it. He's not talking about money all the way through the sermon. In contrast, Paula White, her sermon is begging for money. That's what she talks about the whole sermon. It's all about sow a seed. You got to sow a seed. One gimmick after another gimmick. But all she talks about is money. They call them prosperity preachers. So their whole sermon is money. But you see what the difference is? I very seriously doubt she's making any more money than Jake's. Just do your job. You call yourself the entertainer? Entertain. Okay? That's my 2 cents on it. Get down, baby. The message fine. Messenger, all wrong, honey. I got to go and discipline this unruly child. Well, I never discipline him, but I can put him in the bedroom or the bathroom. Okay, people, that's my 2 cents on the J.Wilson and the justification for begging and scamming and the fine line between the both.